guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be teaching you some of the basic tools that are used in Photoshop. I thought this video would be helpful for some beginners, as it was for me when I first started Photoshop. I learned Photoshop from a 5-minute video, and I just used that video, and then as I grew in Photoshop, I just started discovering little tricks here and there. But right now this is just a tutorial of the basic tools that are used in Photoshop. So let's get started. So the first one is just the pointer tool. You can move things around with it. Say if I have this layer, I can use this to move it around like so. So the next one is the rectangular marquee tool, which you can use to make a selection on anything, on any layer, and it will only be used in the selection that you apply. So the next one is lasso tool, which if you right click, it'll give you some options, same as the rectangular marquee tool. Has all of these other ones too, but that's only if you need them. And the lasso tool, there's a polygonal lasso tool, which this one is like manual if you want to make a selection, and the other one you just make a selection like that, and this one's easier in my opinion. But yeah, so the next one is a quick selection tool, which I use all the time, and basically it just selects whatever you needed to be selected. It's pretty easy. I use this one because it's much easier than cutting things out. There's also a magic tool wand, so you just press on what you want to be marked out and it'll do it for you. Next one is the crop tool. You can use this one to crop your images. This one's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. And I should just a little disclaimer that I am using Adobe Photoshop 2020, so some of my settings are a bit different. I had upgraded to this Photoshop from the CS6 version. So I have some tools in this that even I haven't used yet, such as this frame tool. I have never used this one before, so yeah. Next is the eyedropper tool, which you can use to select colors for the color picker, and use to paint it around. Next is one of my favorite tools, is the spot healing tool, which if you have like something that needs to be erased, like say you get like a stock image and it has like the watermark on it, you can use that to get rid of it. Next is the brush tool, which use it to brush your colors and stuff. Pretty essential tool in Photoshop. Next is the cloning stamp tool, which this one's pretty helpful when you need it. If I were to have a layer in it with a different picture, I would hold Option on a Mac. This is on a Mac. I believe it's Alt on Windows. So hold Option on a Mac. And as you can see, it picked out the color. And now I can proceed to clone my layer. So history brush tool, I'm not even gonna lie, I've never even used this tool before, so it's pretty foreign to me. Yeah, but let's see. Yeah, I've never used this tool, so I don't know, guys. But this was the eraser tool. Everyone needs the eraser tool. This is also like extremely essential in Photoshop. Yeah. Oh, this is the gradient tool, and I have a bunch of gradients here. We'll just check out the purples. This one you can choose and make gradients, and then right here are your gradient settings. So this setting right here is just for, your regular gradient up and down like that. This one is for, I believe, what is this called? Linear, I believe? Oh, radical. I'm sorry. Radical gradient. So it just gives you like little circular gradients like that. This one is angle gradient. So it looks something like this, which I've never used a gradient like that. This one is reflective gradient. So if you have like to make like a shiny effect, then yeah, this is the tool. This is the setting. And this one is diamond gradient. I've actually never used any of these ones. I've only used the regular gradient. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so moving on. This is the smudge tool, which actually is supposed to be on the blur tool, but I recently used the smudge tool. But blur obviously blurs anything out. Smudge tool, which I love the smudge tool. I use it in every single thing I edit. So smudge tool obviously just smudges everything so it looks how you want it to look. And I use the smudge tool to like smooth things out. Like if I'm doing a makeup edit, if I'm applying makeup, and that is with quotation marks, then I will use the smudge tool to smooth things out, like such as highlight on the face. I will use that to smooth it out and make it appear more realistic, natural. So yeah, that's what the smudge tool does. What is this? This is, oh yes, the burn tool. So the burn tool just makes things darker. So if you have, like, I would say you're applying bruises, which if you check out my Demi Lovato boxer video, I forgot what it's called, but it's a Photoshop speed edit where I turned Demi Lovato into like a boxer. Then you will see how I used the burn tool, which you can use it for like bruises if you want to give them like a black eye. And then also a really cool tool that comes along with it is the dodge tool, which makes things lighter. So it really you just gotta work with that one out. But it's a really cool tool that I like using. And this is the pen tool. which I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I still have not perfected the art of using the pencil. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to it, and I know, yeah, I know all the elites in Photoshop are like, what are you doing? I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the pen tool. You just use it to make selections. Yeah, that's basically what you do. You just use it to make selections. And this is the text area. It's where you can put all of your text here, and you can adjust the font, you can adjust the size. This one is the rotate. You can rotate it 360 to help with your projects. This one is the zoom tool. You can use it to zoom in, zoom out. Just like that. Okay, so that's pretty much it for over here. This little color thing. This is just your color picker. You can pick all your colors. Oh, we're gonna do colors here. Okay, guys, I hope this video helps even a little bit, just to remind you guys that I am using Photoshop 2020. So if you have Photoshop 2020 and even CS6, honestly, I think everything's just switched around. It's a couple things that are added, but it's still the same pretty much. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and comment what you guys want to see me do next. If you guys want to see another speed edit or a Wattpad book cover or more tutorials, let me know in the comments. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.